Don't you worry about your symptoms, Figgis. I'm working day and night for your recovery. My one ambition is to restore you to a full and healthy life. And when you walk through those doors, there'll be tears of gratitude in my eyes. But until that great day comes, keep out of my way!
Trust you to be impressed by a bit of good cloth.
Clothes make the man.
Make him, they're probably all that's holding him up. Oh, now, do me a favour. I'm just out for a quiet drink, not a consultation. If I was a plumber, you wouldn't expect me to dash out and look at your pipes now, would you?
I would if they was leaking.
What about Archie?
What about him?
You've been waiting for him to keel over ever since the operation. You've diagnosed creeping paralysis, prostrate gland and angina. You pronounced him dead twice.
Not. He probably won't remember a thing.
That's what you think, Figgis?
Hello there everyone and welcome to the video. My name's Serenity Solo Reacts and here we are with the Series 1 finale of Only When I Laugh. I'm enjoying this so far. It's not got lots of laugh out loud moments, but it is funny. So I do not like Richard Wilson playing a straight character. I'd rather, because I have reacted to One Foot in the Grave. I have not put that up yet, but I have got the reactions ready. He is the comedic factor in that one, but is more of a straight character to the other three guys, in this one. Well, actually, even Gupta, or is it Gupta, is one of the more funnier characters than Dr. Thorpe. So hopefully he comes into his own later and gets more comedy coming to him. Hopefully, I can't promise. I've never seen it before. But if you've seen it before, please do not spoil anything in the chat, please. I humbly request you not to. And if you do enjoy this video, could I please ask for a like and a subscribe? I would appreciate that too. Or a follow if you're on Daily Motion. And if you have already subscribed or followed, thank you ever so much. I love you lots. No matter who you are, what video you subscribe to, thank you. And to my Patreon members, it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots, no matter what tier you are. So with that, let's get on with the Series 1 finale. So yes, I am really enjoying this show. I do want to keep it coming all the way through, hopefully. I don't know how this is doing at the moment. Only one episode's gone up. Not really got to watch, but we'll see.
M-H-A-P-P-Y M-H-A-P-P-Y.
I say every episode it should have been someone different on that stretcher.
M-H-A-P-P-Y.
Let's do that in the next series.
I know I am, I'm sure I am. He's H-A-P-P-Y.
I hope there's a doctor in the bloody house.
You know, it's amazing the way the stomach can digest tripe, isn't it?
If you wouldn't talk about tripe, I don't like tripe.
I know, but if you could digest it. And that's amazing when you think about it.
Why is it?
Because that's what tripe is. Stomach lining. I mean, how can you digest tripe and leave your stomach? You'd think they'd both go the same way. In which case, when you came to your pudding, it'd fall straight through.
Could it be cooked?
Because you know what the answer is, don't you? Mucus.
Hopefully.
What's the matter? Don't you want it?
Suddenly don't feel very hungry.
You want to watch that, you know. You're supposed to be building up your strength. I don't like this loss of appetite.
Oh, please, Fig, don't start diagnosing me again. I've had quite enough of your medical facts for one day. You told that man in X-ray he had hydrophobia.
No, I didn't. I said there was a possibility. He had trouble swallowing.
He did when you'd finished with him. He had trouble standing up. What about Archie?
What about him?
You've been waiting for him to keel over ever since the operation. You've diagnosed creeping paralysis, prostrate gland and angina. You pronounced him dead twice. I wouldn't mind, but you always said he was a hypochondriac.
I know he's an hypochondriac. But what you've got there is that rarity in medical practice, the doctor's dilemma, a sick hypochondriac.
Then why are they discharging him?
Because he's cried wolf once too often, hasn't he? He's got that many symptoms they can't sort him out. I feel sorry for him. He's got no job, no money, nowhere to go.
Could always go to his GP.
Oh, do me a favour.
So is he not
you
back in
can't
the
get
next
hold of them,
series?
can you? You have to shout your symptoms down the bleeding phone. And even if they do see you, all you get's a dozen purple hearts. No, I think they should have kept you in here for further observation.
Going
Sorry,
now?
mate, no visitors. I'm still feeding the animals.
It's Archie!
Blimey, so it is. I didn't recognise you with your clothes on.
How do I look?
You look terrific, Archie.
Do you think so?
Yeah. There's something missing now. What is it? Oh, I know. It's a shooting stick.
I haven't got a shooting stick.
No, well, they do tend to make holes in the carpets, don't they? Still, it's a pity. You need something to lean on. How do you feel?
A walking stick?
You look great.
My God, you can't get beyond that tweed jacket, can you? Trust you to be impressed by a bit of good cloth.
Clothes make the man.
Make him? They're probably all that's holding him up.
No, I've never felt better. The blood pressure's down, the cholesterol's down, the palpitations have gone.
What about the rattled poker in the side?
I'm not going to let it worry me, Figgis. I'm going to try to lead a normal life. The first thing I'm going to do is have a stiff gin and tonic followed by a slap-up meal.
Well, you take it easy. You might finish up with your face in the ghetto. You take care of yourself.
Is he going to be back in by the end of the episode?
That this is goodbye.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got something for you.
Mintos.
Oh.
What are you going to do when you get out? I suppose you'll have to find yourself a job.
I'm not sure. I may take a villa in the Algarve for the summer or possibly a cruise.
I see. Are you sure you've got enough bus fare?
I'm guessing they can
As a matter
afford
of
it.
fact, I'm a bit short. I still haven't found my checkbook.
Oh, yes. The elusive checkbook. I told you should have informed Interpol.
Now, look here, Figgis. When I say...
Really?
What's this?
What does it look like? It's a tenner.
Oh, no, really, Roy, I couldn't.
Now, go on, take it.
Why give money
Here
to him?
you
He's
are,
got
Archie.
money.
Oh, thank you, Norman. That's very nice.
You can hang things in it.
Yes, of course, that's what I'll do. I'll hang things in it.
You've got it upside down.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, yes, it's very attractive. Well,
Yeah, it's not the best.
I suppose this is goodbye. Ah, Clara, there you are, all ready to go? Good. Glad to see you've made such an excellent recovery. No blood pressure, no palpitations, no red-hot pokers in the side. Ah, I wanted to talk to you about that. Don't tell me it's come back. No, it's more like a branding iron now. Ah, well, that's an improvement, isn't it? I think I'd rather have a branding iron than a red-hot poker. Don't worry, you're looking marvellous. Well, but what about my eyes? What about your eyes? Well, they seem to be bulging. Well, of course they're bulging. It's perfectly normal. Don't forget, you haven't worn a tie for some weeks. Collar's probably too tight. Always think of the simple explanation first, Clara, before you come bothering us.
Why is he kicking him out?
Now, you know the way out, don't you? Goodbye!
Do you think he's going to be all right, Doctor?
Of course he's going to be all right. Moments like this are very rewarding. Gives you a sense of purpose, feeling of a job well done. They come in here sick and bent, and we send them out tall and straight.
Yeah, tall and
him
straight
out.
and horizontal.
What's that, Figgis?
I can't help being worried about him, Doctor. You sure you haven't missed something?
Of course I haven't missed anything. We've given him every test. We couldn't keep him here forever, Figgis.
I see. You need the bed, do you?
We do not need the bed. Glover has made
Well,
a
nowadays.
complete recovery and he's been discharged.
What about the eyes? They were definitely bulging.
Your eyes will be bulging in a moment, Figgis.
Oh, I thought it might have been a clue in the human jigsaw puzzle, a guide in the complex labyrinth of the body. I think it's a symptom.
A symptom of what?
Hashimoto's disease.
What?
Hashimoto's disease? Whatever made you think of that?
Well, I thought he looked a bit yellow.
Because Hashimoto's
never heard of
disease
it.
does not give you an oriental appearance. That's the name of the man who discovered it. Now stop interfering and leave the diagnosing to me.
Well, I'm only trying to be helpful.
Helpful? You're a menace, Figgis. You're spreading panic through the whole hospital. You've already persuaded 3 men in the general ward they got the Black Death. They spent the whole day looking under each other's armpits.
I only told them there was a possibility.
Glad I'm not on that ward.
Black Death died out in the 14th century. How can it be a possibility?
I know it's a long shot, but we are built over a plague pit, and the virus does take 1,000 years to die out.
You
it?
told them the hospital was built over a plague pit.
We are sitting on an ecological time bomb, Doctor.
Figgis, I'm not saying the health service is perfect, but we do not build hospitals over plague pits.
Well, I didn't say all of it. Just the canteen.
You don't want that there.
What's the matter with you, Norman?
I don't feel very well. I think you better get a doctor.
Be quiet. Both of you. You're like a pair of old women. Oh, life seems so good this morning. When I said goodbye to Glover, do you know what I thought? 1 down, 2 to go. Don't you worry about your symptoms, Figgis. I'm working day and night for your recovery. My one ambition is to restore you to a full and healthy life. And when you walk through those doors, there'll be tears of gratitude in my eyes. But until that great day comes, keep out of my way!
Did you hear that? There was no need for him to lose his bleeding temper, was there? If he doesn't want my help, all he has to do is tell me to shut up. I'm not trying to tell him his job. He can do his own diagnosing, and that's my last word on the subject.
Is it though?
Did you notice his thyroid? What's the matter? Aren't you bored? No. You know what's happened, don't you? You've become institutionalised. You don't notice the monotony
Is he going to get dressed up as a doctor?
Don't you ever feel like doing something different?
What do you mean, different?
Well, I don't know, like dashing stark naked through geriatrics, shutting anyone for press-ups.
No, don't do that.
You're missing Archie, aren't you?
Oh, I suppose I am, really. I miss the cut and thrust of debate. I've always liked a good argument.
Well, you still got me.
I can't argue with you. You always agree with me.
I'll disagree if you like.
Well, there you are. You'll do anything to be agreeable. I wonder what he's doing now.
You envy him, don't you?
Envy him. He's out there drinking, smoking, eating, damaging his health, undoing all the good work. Of course I envy him, and I'm going to join him.
What? You can't go out. You haven't got any clothes.
Oh, no. What do you think these
Can we
are?
get another bus stop
Where'd you get
scene?
them from?
They fell out the back of a cupboard.
They'll recognise you.
Do me a favour. You saw what happened when Archie came in his clothes? We didn't recognise him. No, in here we're just patients, not people. As soon as you're out of your pyjamas, they don't know you. They think I'm a doctor.
Thorpe did.
You can't go around posing as a doctor, Fig.
Why not? Thorpe's been doing it for years. Come on, let's have a listen. Blimey, jaws make this much noise. Nurse the screens.
You can't go out like that, Fig.
I'm going to have to. It's too late to dig a tunnel.
You won't get away with it. You don't look like a doctor, you don't act like a doctor, you don't sound like a doctor. They'll see straight through you.
Now listen.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you, we didn't see his
Keep
face.
taking the pills.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that he is back in by the end of the episode. I can't see them replacing him at all. I mean, he's one of the trio. He's a staple of the show.
Are you from the General?
Yes, that's right.
I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you.
My mother died in there. They were kindness itself.
You the General?
Yes.
I thought so. You got my admiration.
Have I?
Oh, I couldn't do it, being with sick people all the time. Must be nice to get away, relax, and have a drink.
Yes, yes.
I'm glad you've come in. I've got this stabbing pain.
I bet doctors get this a lot.
It's getting worse. It shoots up my leg, across here, and then down, and finishes up there.
I
Sciatica?
don't like the sound of that.
Think it's serious?
I'm glad I haven't got it. Stabbing pain?
Yes.
Getting worse?
Yes, that's
I
right.
wonder what it is.
I thought you could tell me that.
Oh, now, do me a favour. I'm just out for a quiet drink, not a consultation. If I was a plumber, you wouldn't expect me to dash out and look at your pipes now, would you?
I would if there was leaking.
Oh, I see. Well, you should have said something. Well, I'll have to know more about it, of course. We don't go in for snap judgments at the General. Good diagnosis comes from skilled observation. Your trousers aren't too tight, are they?
No, I don't think so.
Well, this pain, can you describe it?
Well, I've told you. It creeps up my leg, shoots across here, and then down there.
Well, that's no good to me. Sounds more like a ferret up your trousers.
He's really getting into this
Can't
role.
diagnose unless you give me a proper description. I see I'm going to have to sift the evidence. Now, a stabbing pain in the leg, you say, of varying intensity.
Yes.
Does it come after you've taken exercise?
Yes, that's right.
Have you had it before?
Yes.
You've got it again, mate.
But what is it?
Well, it's your veins. I don't know how you get about on that leg. You know what's happening, don't you? Your blood's not getting through. Yes, it's all at the bottom. What you've got there is a boot full of blood.
What do you think I should do?
Well, get your weight off it for a start, and when you're feeling better, get down to the hospital and tell them you've got hardening of the arteries.
Hardening of the arteries? Oh, my God.
There's going to be a lot more hypochondriacs.
Well, I've got this little problem, but I don't like to talk about it. Oh, yes? Come on, you can tell me. I won't be shocked.
I don't like to.
Oh, come on. Whisper. Well, that's nothing to be ashamed of, mate. There's no social stigma in that. Some of the crowned heads of Europe have had that. All it is varicose veins. Only they're not in your leg.
Oh, impotent.
Don't worry, I won't say anything. This is in the strictest confidence.
What do you think I should do?
Get yourself down to the hospital. And take a cushion. The seats are a bit hard down there.
At least he's giving them business.
Anybody else?
Well, I've got this sore throat. I don't suppose it's important.
Oh, yes. Well, let's take a little look then, shall we? Up and wide. Oh, yes, that's very nasty. Looks like a clear case of Weil's disease to me. You haven't been bitten by a rat, have you?
Certainly not.
In that case, it must be our old friend, the streptococci. You haven't been eating that pork pie, have you?
Yes.
That's a mistake. Take my tip. Never eat anything from under a dish, especially if it's got the traditional green mould. See?
I like pork pie.
Now, we don't want to start alarming all the customers, do we, sir?
No, of course not.
Ah, you must get fed up with it. People going on about their health all the time, coming up to you with every little
Especially in
pain.
public.
Well, yes.
Like
Load
private
of
life.
hypochondriacs in here, you know. Always complaining. Not like me. Never hear me complain. Despite these dizzy spells I've been getting the last few months. Ringing in the ears. Ends of me fingers go all numb. You wouldn't know what it
Anxiety?
is, would you?
You haven't been eating that pork pie, have you?
Well, yeah, I did have
Have
a
you got a
slight...
sore throat?
Now you come to mention it,
Gentlemen, we could be on the verge of a major breakthrough. And this pork pie could be Exhibit A. This could be the first outbreak of Legionnaire's disease.
Legionnaire's disease? I thought you could only get that in the desert.
No, it's a food poisoning of an unknown origin.
Excuse me, but there's a gentleman taken ill in the lounge.
Did he eat the pork pie?
I don't know, but he looks terrible.
Oh, well, I think you better get a doctor.
Well, I told him that there was one in here, but it only seemed to make him worse.
Yes, well, I'm afraid
Well,
I've
I
got
think
to...
he's coming through.
Oh, doctor!
Yeah.
Ask him, did he eat the pork pie?
Oh, it's all right. I know this man. He's got Hashimoto's disease.
Good God, it's Figgis.
He got better quick.
How are you feeling now, Archie?
Oh, much better, thank you, Norman. I must say it's great to be back. It's
Why?
rather chilly outside for this time of the year. What is all that noise?
There's pandemonium in the general ward. A crowd of people have come in with pork pie poisoning. Philip's tearing his hair out. Apparently, a local doctor sent them in.
I know. It was Figgis.
What?
Yes, he's down at the Green Parrot. Everybody's buying him drinks. He must be on his 5th pint by now and diagnosing like mad. They'll murder him if they ever find out.
Well, why didn't you say something?
I'm not complaining. He had me readmitted. After you with a Lucasade.
Has he actually not got a home?
It's an emergency, Gupta. They're dropping like flies out there. I know there's an empty bed in here.
I'm afraid it has been reoccupied. What?
Glover. Oh, no. I thought I gave strict instructions. He was not to be readmitted unless he'd lost a leg. Even then, I'd want to make sure it wasn't tucked underneath. So what's he doing there?
He was examined by a doctor and sent over here. Apparently, he collapsed in the Green Parrot.
Another one? What's going on down there? We've already had 4 in with Legionnaire's disease, a cardiac arrest, and a case of piles. What's the man doing? He must be running his surgery from down there.
Can't be blaming the
Why
pub
can't
for
you refer them
piles.
to their GPs? I suppose he is a doctor.
What do you mean?
Remember last year, the case of the phantom surgeon? Broke in, removed 3 warts and a birthmark. We never did get to the bottom of that. Why does everyone want to be a doctor?
Doctor, when are you going to start my treatment?
What treatment? We don't even know what's the matter with you, Glover.
Haven't they told you? We think it's Hashimoto's disease.
Hashimoto's disease? My God. Figgis!
If he's well enough to go to the pub, he's well enough to be
I'm
discharged.
surprised most of them are in casualty.
Oh, well, don't worry, they'll be all right. You have to act quickly in these cases. We shall know more once we've had that pork pie analysed.
Good thing you came
He's just
in.
going to
I
eat
don't know
it.
what we'd have done without you. You were so calm and reassuring.
You think so? Well, we're used to these sights down at the General. People foaming at the mouth, eyes rolling. And that's just the staff.
It's a shame, though. Just when you're trying to relax and have a quiet drink, all these people bothering you with their ailments.
I must say you seem a very understanding person. It's nice to meet somebody who's healthy for a
Eyes
change.
up,
I was
Archie.
beginning to think the whole world was sick.
Figgis?
There's nothing much wrong with me.
I can see that.
Except for the flashing lights.
What?
I get these flashing lights in front of my eyes, and then pins and needles in my fingers, and then the heavy breathing. You've no idea what it is.
Well, when does it happen?
Well, usually when I'm excited.
No.
Do you often get excited?
Oh, yes, I live on my nerves. I'm a very emotional person.
Have you seen anyone about it?
No, I haven't been under a doctor for ages.
Wow.
Why's that?
Well, I had no confidence in the last one. I went to him with my chest, but he seemed in a worse state than I was.
I'm not surprised.
His hands were trembling, he had trouble with his breathing, he kept leaning out of the window and taking gulps of air. Well, it doesn't give you much confidence, does it?
No, it sounds to me like he was suffering from that complaint which besets the medical profession.
Oh, what's that?
Acute frustration. It occurs when you find it difficult to separate the patient from the woman. It can be very serious.
And what happens when you can't separate the patient from the woman?
You end up in front of the medical council.
Just got that.
Sure,
Took a little bit.
not like that. I feel I could trust you with my problems. You have such strong, reliable hands.
Yes, well, look, I'd like to help you, but I'm afraid my stethoscope's clogged. Oh, what's the matter?
Well, it's happening. I knew it would. I'm going all faint. Must be all the excitement. I'm having one of my turns.
Oh, my God. And all I wanted was a quiet drink. Can somebody hold her? I've got an urgent appointment. Excuse me.
Hey, hang on a minute. You can't just leave her like that. Ain't you going to examine her?
Oh, but I'd sooner not.
Are you refusing to treat her?
Oh, there's nothing I'd like more, only I haven't had her consent. If her husband was here, that would be different. I'm afraid it's against the Hippocratic Oath.
Well, that's all right, because I am her husband and I'm telling you to examine her.
Well, if you put it like that, well, stand back, let the dog see the rabbit. Yes, well, her breathing seems regular enough.
I always thought the heart was on the left side.
I thought it was in the centre.
Just checking for any irregularities.
You checked the airway?
Oh, do you mind? Blimey, all of a sudden, everyone's an expert. If you think you can do any better, oh, Gordon.
What is it this time, Doctor? Hashimoto's disease, the Black Death, botulism?
Excuse me, I don't feel well. I think it's the pork pie.
Hang on, what about her?
It's all right, sir. I am a doctor. Is there anywhere I can examine this lady in some privacy?
Yeah, we're here, Doctor, yeah.
Now, you married Dr. Thorpe, and so she.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
I'm from the General.
Oh, God, not another one. You're a doctor at all?
No, I'm a nurse.
Oh, yes.
Is there a man over here who says he's a doctor?
He's in there examining my wife.
Oh, goodness me, I have bad news for you. That man is not a doctor.
But he is.
He's not a what?
Please be calm. He's a patient. He's not very well.
He's going to be a damn sight worse when I finish with him. You better come in, he might need you.
Gupta, you idiot.
Hello, Fig.
Oh, God! Don't frighten me like that. Where's me pyjamas?
Where have you been?
I'd wait for the last bus, didn't I?
Did you have a good time?
A good time, do me a favour. All I wanted was a quiet drink. They wouldn't leave me alone, rabbiting on about their ailments. What's that bed doing in here?
Oh, he came in half an hour ago. Apparently there wasn't room in the general ward.
Oh, what's wrong with him?
Concussion. He was hit with a heavy metal tray.
What was this?
Well, that won't do the brain cells any good. Where's my pyjamas?
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
The new admission is over here. If you would care to examine him.
Oh. Yes. Yes, of course.
Oh, it's Dr. Thorpe.
Blimey.
Something wrong?
No, it's just a mild concussion.
Aren't you going to look at the eyes, see if the pupils are dilated?
Oh, the eyes, yes. Of course. Oh, yes, they're very dilated, yes. He needs a good night's sleep. There's probably some amnesia. His mind may be a blank regarding the events preceding the concussion. I hope.
Not.
He probably won't remember a thing.
That's what you think, Figgis?
That's a bit of a callback to, was it the second episode? With, when Archie delivered it back to him? But yes, the second episode is my favourite so far. That bus stop scene was absolutely hilarious. I loved it. We've had some laughs since then, well, throughout the entire show, but nothing came close to that one. That was honestly the best part ever, well, of the show. So, sign out. So yes, an enjoyable series. I did like it as a whole. The weakest episode, I think, may have been... Was it the one before Let Them Eat Cake? I'm not quite sure. I think it was that one. It was so weak, I can't remember what happened in it, if I'm honest with you. I mean, it has been a while since I did record this. I did need to take a month off due to depression, because it did get quite bad. And also, we had the workmen in the month before. It's been a while since I recorded. This is the first one I've done in a while. So, yes, it was enjoyable as a whole. Second episode, as I said, was the best. First one was okay for setting things up. Setting up the characters, things like that. And that was a good episode to end it on. I did enjoy that episode. I mean, how many people... How he got away with pretending to be a doctor, I'll never know. But he did give the hospital some admissions. And that would have filled their quota for the year. Well done you, don't do it now. Because they are far overstretched right now. But back then, maybe. But yes, I thought Archie would be back in by the end. I mean, we've got a trio in the hospital. I'm going to guess this trio is going to be in all the way through. I do hope that Dr. Thorpe does become more comedic throughout. As I said in the intro, he's more of a straight character right now. I mean, he has his moments, but it's more of a something for the patients to play off of. So yes, if you enjoyed that episode, could please dash a like, comment and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, especially if you've made it this far. Now I'm doing shorts, I'm getting a lot more dislikes on the channel as well, because more of my videos are getting noticed. I mean, if you don't like the show, don't click on the short. But if you don't like it, you've got every right to dislike it, in my opinion. And if you're on Dailymotion or follow as well, I would appreciate that too. If you have subscribed or followed, thank you ever so much. I cannot express how much it means to me. You're really helping me out, you're helping the channel out. And please feel free to suggest any shows you want in the comments below. I'll see into getting them and see how it goes. Got quite a few more to come, but unfortunately, I think the new shows I've got left, most of them, will be Dailymotion, because the BBC, it's like Red Dwarf, One Foot in the Grave, Only Fools and Horses, 2 Pints of Lager, things like that. And then there's the Patreon stuff I've got to do, X-Files and stuff. Now, at the beginning of 2024, Patreon is going to get a second exclusive day, sorry. So that will start on a Wednesday, and then halfway through 2024, all my soloies will get a third exclusive day. And then there's going to be 3 days left over for Patreon choice. If you are a Patreon member, don't forget to suggest shows there as well. You will get them time limited, and then if they can get on YouTube, they will come to YouTube. Yes, I'm open for any shows that you want to see in the comments below. And if you are a Patreon member, it is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content straight back to you. Thank you all ever so much. I love you lots no matter what tier you are, I honestly do. So with that, I shall sign out now and go on to the next one and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.